53, programming exercises. Number 1, a user-friendly program should print an introduction that tells the user what the program does. Modify the convert.py program to print an introduction. Now, so we go back to 2.2, so let's go back to page 30, and let's just type it again. I know it seems a little redundant, but especially, just learning, it's sometimes really helpful to type it again, just for practice. So let's type it. So a program to convert Celsius temps to Fahrenheit. So these are our comments, and then you'll remember, oh yeah, in Python, the pound sign is all you need at the beginning of each line to comment out, to make a line, to make the contents of a line comment. Okay, now define our function. No arguments. Remember, we have a colon. So Celsius equals eval, and we're just typing this exact wording from the book. So what is the input? Excuse me. What is the Celsius temperature? And I really like Atom because it'll drop down a list of things that of words that you've used a lot. It's kind of like yeah, I like it a lot. So right here, Fahrenheit. So we're gonna make this a lowercase Fahrenheit. 9/5 times Celsius plus 32, and then print the temperature is Fahrenheit, degrees Fahrenheit. Now what I love about eval is it's basically saying that no matter what the input is, it can spit it out. Like as long as we're not choosing the data type, like an int or a float, then it evaluates it, and I believe it evaluates it as a string. I believe it's, and then we can actually, if we want to print that, we can actually go to, you know what? Let's try that. I like to. This is how I learn. Like a lot of times, if something is in a question or not in a question, and then I forget something, even if I remember it from before, if I've got a little bit of time, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go here and look something up. This is the curiosity. So I'm saying, you know what? Let me find out, especially for programming, this being pretty new. I definitely want to learn it. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do Celsius equals eval input. What is the Celsius temperature? And let's say it's 100. And then let's say type Celsius. And then here, the drop down here in the Python shell in idle gives you the format. So type parenthesis object gives us returns the object's type. That second one here. So let's try that. It's an int. Oh wow. So all right, let's make it. This is cool. So the eval, it literally aggressively chooses the type based on whatever you put in. So let's do temp. Let's make it a little shorter just to save time. So let's put 100.0. And then let's do type Celsius float. All right. So we're just going to methodically go through and see, because it looks like it's really aggressively going to help us. So the temp is, I don't know if we can put is. What was that error? It's the is. It's the is. The temp is 100. Let's try it again. I wonder what happened there. The word is. Oh, because we didn't put a quote in it. All right, so let's see. Or maybe it's because, let's see what it says. It says the file string line 1 invalid syntax. So maybe it's just evaluating it, but it happened on the P. You know, if it was only one word, it would have happened between the E and the T. So let's go here. Let's do eval input temp. So right there. So let's say the temp. Oh. So it's evaluating. So that's what it is. That's what eval means. We could look it up, obviously, on Google, but we could also learn from our own practice. A lot of times I learn better just by doing and by practicing. So temp. But of course we could learn by. So let's say the. Okay. So the eval means we're evaluating what's going to be either an integer or a float. That's what it means. It's not going to be. It's not a string. But what's interesting to go back here is, based on the book, this should work. You know, the fact that Fahrenheit. It's interesting. I don't know if this is gonna. It should work though. But do you guys see where I'm having the challenge here? Is I'm thinking that this word Fahrenheit, we're gonna have to change to a string type, right? But based on the book, it looks like we're not gonna have to. So this is what I like to do: is keep my brain thinking, and what I expect to see, and then try different things and sort of sniff around and see, you know, what's what. We haven't solved the problem yet. We haven't done the number one, but sometimes I go off on a detour a little bit and try to find something else out that might be confusing. Okay, so this is directly copied from page 30. I don't know if it should work, but maybe not. I mean, Fahrenheit, we just saw it. It doesn't look like it can be a string. It looks like it. So maybe what eval means, it's even more powerful, you know, of a keyword, where it evaluates the number as a float or an int, and then it can do whatever we want with it. It can just turn it into a string if automatically if we use the print function and concatenate using the commas. You know, this string, and then this string, and then this string. So that's a powerful keyword. It's a really powerful keyword. Those 4 letters, if that's the case. So let's try it out. Let's go here, and then we'll go to open. This is convert to Pi. It's in our Python folder. So we're going to go to Python and convert to Pi. And then let's run it. So let's say it's 100. Let's say it's 100.0. Let's give it a float. Wow. Did you guys see that? It's kind of cool. I'm definitely showing how new programming is to me. It's not super new like last week, but it's relatively new compared to a lot of people who I've met in this field who've been doing this for years and years and years. But this is kind of a wow moment. This eval. So we've got an assignment. We've got the problem, but also the detour of looking and saying, oh well, eval. Oh, I would imagine it's this, and it's but yeah, that's what it does. It took it as a float or a float or an int, and then but you can plug it in to these concatenated strings without having to put str, without having to change the data type to str. It's pretty amazing, and you guys can place, write comments. Um, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who can illuminate things for me as well. This is like a dialogue. This is what I love about doing these videos and being involved in these, in this community with regards to Python and just programming in general. Is, people are usually pretty helpful, and it's fun. So hopefully you guys see the value in this. It's kind of cool, and it might be different in different languages, obviously, but for Python 3, that's really awesome. So, all right, so what are we gonna do? Well, we're going to uh, the question number 1 is saying to print an introduction that tells the user what the program does. So that's what we can do. So we can take, instead of just saying this, we can say print this program converts Celsius temps to Fahrenheit. Yeah, I mean, that's seems pretty sufficient to me. I just saved it, and let's try it again. Let's see if we can do it. Python. Let's see if we can do it. So now I'm trying stuff. Like I always open it, but let's see if I can do it here. Let's see if I can do it. Python. Let's see, Python convert to. I doubt I can. It's just pressing enter. How would I? Because it's in this right now. It's saying restart users. No, I'll just go the route that I know, that I for sure know. Okay, cool. So we'll open it. And that's the tough thing about teaching these classes, helping out with these classes, is you don't always know everything. So being humble, being able to say, hey, I don't know. But with regards to the problems that we're doing, I'm definitely going to go over all the problems in this book, and we're going to figure out how my process works to get, to solve the problems and to get it going. But I definitely don't purport to know everything about everything around solving those problems. It's just a matter of being in the problem-solving mode and saying, okay, how am I going to get this information? How am I going to get that information? And being okay with not knowing everything. It's another thing I think that paralyzes a lot of folks. This is new. It's kind of challenging. Okay, cool. So here it is. This program converts Celsius temps to Fahrenheit. What is the Celsius temperature? So that's number 1. This is user-friendly. It prints the intro, tells us what the program does, and that's number 1 on page 53. 2.9. Thank you very much.